Hello, Namaste and welcome back. So far, we have just discussed the basic concepts of Confluence, and now let's spend some time to discuss how fast and easy it is to create rich content using Confluence so that anyone in your team can begin contributing in no time. Confluence has a really powerful editor that allows you to create rich and engaging content. In this lecture, I'll show you how to create rich content using Confluence. First, we will learn some basic formatting features like creating a Confluence page and using the Confluence editor to insert rich content. Then I will demonstrate a few of Confluence's more advanced editing features, including keyboard shortcuts and autocomplete to help you create content fast. Lastly, we will look at how features like blueprints, autosave, and versioning create a great editing experience for users. But before we get into creating content, let's go through the editor screen first from top to bottom. Let's create a new page by hitting the global create button and get started. To save time and increase productivity, you can also use the keyword C to add a page. This is one of the many keyboard shortcuts available to help you navigate Confluence and create content really fast. You can reference all the shortcuts available at any time by reviewing the keyboard shortcuts dialog accessible from your help menu. So you can reference the keyboard shortcuts by visiting this link. So you can see all the keyboard shortcuts applicable for Confluence are listed over here. We will go through the keyboard shortcuts in detail in the coming lectures. I'm closing this for now. So now we are on the create page screen. Select blank page, hit create. Let's start by giving a title to this page. So I'll name it as my first page. Please note it is mandatory to give title to each and every page which you create. So adding up a new page or blog post opens up the Confluence editor. So the screen which you can see is the Confluence editor. On a new page, you can directly start inserting content, whereas to edit an existing page or blog post, choose edit at the top of a page or press E on your keyboard. So for example, if I publish this page for now, it means that this page is now an existing page. I can edit this page by clicking this edit button or pressing E on my keyboard. You can see that keyboard shortcuts are also mentioned over the icon. Okay, so now we are on the editor. So you can add new and edit pages in any space. To edit a page, you need the add pages permissions for that space. Someone may also apply page restrictions that may prevent you from editing the page. We will look at the concept of permissions and restrictions in the coming lectures. For now, we are assuming that we have the required access and permission to edit the page. So this is the editor toolbar. If you are used to creating content online or even in your office suite on your machine, most of the options on this toolbar should look familiar to you. You can format your content using this toolbar. So first, let's focus on this link. These are known as breadcrumbs, which displays the current page location in the content hierarchy of Confluence. If you ever get lost in Confluence, just look at the breadcrumbs for your point of reference. Next comes the page title. So we have already inserted the page title here. So the page title is used in the URL and other links to the page. As mentioned earlier, a page title is mandatory and should be unique within a space. Now let's go through the editor toolbar. Confluence has all standard formatting options you would see in other document editors and allow you to create and insert content similar to popular word processors and apply formatting by clicking the icons there in the editor toolbar. Let's insert some text here. So I'm just inserting a sample text. You can add emphasis to your text with formatting such as italics, bold, underline, and various other features like strike through. You can also insert code. You can add subscript or superscript and choose to clear the formatting as well. So I've cleared the formatting here. You can also align the text by choosing the preferred alignment. You can change the color of the text. You can use bulleting feature or numbering feature similar to what you do in the other word processors. You also have the option to insert links and images. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+K to insert a link. You can insert any of the links which are mentioned here, or you can search for the required link from this list. So let me just insert any of the pages which are here. So I'm inserting marketing for now. You can also edit the text and link it to any of the pages or spaces you want to link it with. You also have the option to add external links. So I can link the Google URL with this text my page. So we have used the Ctrl+K shortcut here. For more such shortcuts, click the help icon here and you can visit the editing keyboard shortcuts to see the list of shortcuts, or you can also use the shortcut Ctrl+/ to open the keyboard shortcut page. You can insert images. To insert an image, you will have to first upload an image. Since I have some recent images uploaded, I can insert any of the image from here. So you can see that I have successfully inserted an image. Confluence Editor also provides you the feature of action items. So you can add action items by using the action items icon in the toolbar and mentioning another users. So whoever you first mention on that line is assigned the action item. So assigning someone an action item looks like this. So we have inserted an action item here. So the action item is that Anne Maximo has to update the plan by a certain date. So let's put a date here by using the keyboard shortcut /. So you can choose the date from here. You can choose the date as per the requirement. So you now have an action item here. Since we have tagged Anne Maximo here, items like this show up on Anne Maximo's tasks list under her profile, and she can tick them off as she does them. The due dates turn red if they become overdue. For example, if I select the date as a past date, you can see that the date has turned red. So this is a very helpful feature when you want to assign a task to someone or assign an action item to someone and keep a track on the same. You can also choose to use the shortcut for action item, which is open and close square bracket, press spacebar. So you can see you can assign an action item as discussed earlier. Now comes the mention feature on the toolbar. You can use mention to tag any of the users on your page. So for example, in case I want to tag Jessica, I'll just mention @ and choose the name of the person. So I'll choose Jessica here. As and when you tag a user, the user mentioned receives a notification. So you can use this to let them know to read the page or to draw their attention to a specific content. The header also provides a feature of emojis. So you can insert an emoji by using the keyboard shortcut colon and select the emojis as per your requirement. Then comes the table icon. Confluence tables allow you to present important information and discuss it with your team. Use familiar table formatting options like resizing columns, coloring cells, rows and columns, and sorting the table by clicking the column header to view the information the way you like it. We will cover tables later in this section. For now, let's move on to the next feature, which is layout. The layout of your page can have a big impact on how your content is read. And layouts also help you to position text, images, charts and much more to have the best visual impact on your content. Let me show you the power of layout feature through a simple example. So place your cursor in the section you wish to insert the layout feature. Go to layout and choose a layout from the page layout toolbar. So this is the page layout toolbar. So you can have either 2 columns or 3 columns or a layout like this, with the left column being a wider one, and similarly these are the other layout formats which are there. So initially if you started with a 3 column layout and later on you decided to make it a 2 column layout, then in that case any text, images or macros in your section are not lost when you change the column layout. So for example, let me insert some text in each of the 3 columns. So when you decrease the number of columns, Confluence will move your content to the left. The content which was there in the 3rd column has been moved to the 2nd column, which was there on the left side. And when you choose to increase the number of columns, Confluence will add blank columns to the right of your existing content. So if I choose a 3rd column format, it will add a blank column to the right of my existing content. To delete a layout, place your cursor in the layout you wish to remove and click on the trash icon. So I'm just removing it for now. So by clicking the trash icon button, the layout and all its content has been removed. Confluence also has some other formatting tools called as macros. So all the tools which are listed here are macros which you can use to format your content. Using macros helps you expand the capabilities of your Confluence pages, allowing you to add extra functionality or include dynamic content. We will cover most of the popular macros in a separate lecture, which will help you understand and know about macros in detail. In the next lecture, we will go through each of the macros listed over here. You can also use the autocomplete feature provided by Confluence, where if you type / and type the beginning of any of the macro name, it will suggest you the required macro. It's for example, in case I want to insert a date, I will just mention date and you can see that it has suggested the required macro. So this is one of the key feature provided by Confluence to quickly add the macros to your content. That's all in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will go through most of the important macros in detail.